Chicago, the teacher strike is now in its fourth day, but last night the union and city officials reported some progress in negotiations. Students could return to class tomorrow. Steve Siebold is the author of Sex, Politics and Religion. He joins us now from Atlanta. He's also the author of the book How Rich People Think. And Mr. Siebold, who joins us now, has a very strong opinion about those teachers in Chicago. You want them fired, Steve?
I say we let them walk, Stuart. We have 75,000 teachers in the state of Illinois who are unemployed, who I'm sure would give their left arm to be working at $76,000 a year in the Chicago public schools. I say we let them have those jobs.
What do you say to the unionization of a group that wants to be known as professionals? I've got to be in my bonnet about this. I don't think professionals should be in an industrial-style union. What do you say?
I don't either. Of course, and they are professionals. They're probably doing the most important job in America. I mean, educating our young people, except they're not educating our young people in Chicago. They're in a power grab situation, even though they're the highest paid teachers of any major city in the country. This is just ridiculous. We're asking them to operate in the free market like you and I and the rest of us.
But you realize that what you want is a long, long, long way from reality. We're not going to fire those striking teachers. We're not going to replace them with the teachers we've already got who are out of work. It's not going to happen, is it?
Well, it needs to happen eventually, and I think if we start having these kinds of conversations, these critical thinking conversations, which is what I write and speak about all the time, then it'll start to happen. And I wonder, where's President Obama on this issue, and where is Arne Duncan? Where are these so-called leaders? They're playing politics. That's where they are. That's where they are.
Is that what your books are all about? You're a flat-out free market capitalist kind of guy. That's it?
Absolutely. Free market, that's what built America. That's what's going to restore America.
Are you a libertarian?
I think I lean more towards libertarian probably than anything else, yes.
How do you feel about Mitt Romney?
I like Mitt Romney on the economy. I don't like him on social issues.
Okay. And Obama you reject completely?
I like some of the social issue stands that President Obama's taken, but this is a great example of his lack of leadership. He's from Chicago. I mean, Arne Duncan used to run the Chicago public schools. He was the CEO, and they haven't commented at all on this case. Where is the leadership? He's not a leader. That's the problem.
Do you think there's any hope whatsoever of really true reform in our public school system? And if so, how are we going to get there?
Oh, I think so. I think there is a lot of hope, but we've got to break the unions. We've got to break the grip, the death grip that these unions have on the school system. The kids are the ones who are suffering, Stuart. It's not the teachers. The teachers are making more. The average family in Chicago is earning $47,000 a year. The average teacher in Chicago is making $76,000. That's before benefits. That's a pretty darn good job.
I'm sitting with Tracy Burns, a former school teacher, and she's nodding her head vigorously. You agree? You've got to break. That's a strong expression. Break the unions.
Stuart, they're asking for raises that you and I haven't seen in years. I mean, come on now. And who's suffering here other than these kids? And we've heard even from Scott Shellady saying that, you know, businesses are suffering as well now because parents have to bring their kids to school. There are ripple effects to this.
But is it about money or isn't it about control of who gets hired and who gets fired?
Right
Isn't
now
that what
it's about
it is?
control and accountability, or a lack of accountability. You know, I was on the board of a charter school in the South Bronx, the poorest congressional district in America. And I got to tell you something. The changes there, we started with all public school teachers, and now none of them are public school teachers. And then it's amazing, the commitment of these young teachers.
I want to thank Steve Siebold, who was with us there, joining us from Atlanta. Steve, it was a pleasure having you with us. You're an outspoken kind of guy, but we listened to what you've got to say. Thank you, Steve. We'll see you again soon.
I appreciate it, Stuart.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Back to Nicole.